What's up, YouTube? Tim Moose here. Here is my throwback segment where I talk about the films that turns 10, 20, and 30 this week. All right, the films celebrating their 10th anniversary. We got the film Captain Phillips, directed by Paul Greengrass. Um, and this is of course based on true story, starring Tom Hanks as Phillips, who of course you guys know. Here he plays Captain Richard Phillips, and an American merchant mariner who was taken hostage by the Somali pirates. Captain Phillips is terrific. I mean, definitely one of Tom Hanks's best performance in the past number of years. Uh, Barkhad Abdi, I think his name is, of course, playing one of the small pirates who obviously get that iconic line of "Look at me, I'm the captain now." He was so good in this. I mean, crazy to believe how they found him too. Like they actually found Barkhad Abdi, who played one of the small pirates, who by the way actually got nominated for Best Supporting Actor, which well deserved there. They actually they actually found him because as a taxi driver, and hey, that's interesting right there. I mean, go from being a taxi driver to getting nominated for an Oscar in a movie with Tom Hanks. So that's cool. But yeah, this movie is very intense. It's terrific. Great performances. I mean, it is insane to believe that this actually happened. I mean, that's some right there. But this is a really great film. If you guys haven't seen that. All right, also turning 10, we got Machete Kills, directed by Robert Rodriguez. This, of course, this is the follow-up to 2010's Machete, and follows Danny Trejo's Machete character as he is recruited by the U.S. president, played by Charlie Sheen, to stop an arms deal, played by Mel Gibson, and a revolutionary played by Damien Bashir. Which, by the way, Charlie Sheen is of course in this film. He plays the president. I like how he doesn't even go by Charlie Sheen in this movie. He actually goes by what's his full name? He went by Carlos. He pretty much is credited by his birth name, Carlos Estevez. And like in the trailer, instead of saying I remember when the trailer for this thing got released, they were like, obviously they show like the actors involved, and instead of saying start featuring Charlie Sheen, it says introducing Carlos Estevez. I thought that was pretty cool. Of course, it had some interesting. You had like Sofia Vergara in this, Vanessa Hudgens, um, Lady Gaga, Antonio Banderas. I mean, come on, Sofia Vergara. She was pretty much a live action fanbot. For all you Austin Powers fans will know what fanbot is. So yeah, I really had a fun time with this. Is it anywhere near as good as the original Machete? Obviously not. The first Machete is awesome. But I still had a fun time with this. I mean, where the heck is my Machete 3 is beyond me. If you guys don't know, a couple years ago, actually during the trailer for one of the trailers I was showing for this, there was a fake trailer of Machete in space. Yeah, where is that movie is beyond me. I mean, I hope Robert Rodriguez goes back to some of these gritty action movies. Like his new Spy Kids was cool. I like We Can Be Heroes and everything. Heptonic we don't talk about. But I really do want to see Rodriguez really come back to this world because he does it really well. So yeah, and of course Danny Trejo, come on, he is awesome as Machete. I mean, I actually got a whole blanket autograph signed by when this movie was being released. Signed by Danny Trejo and Alexa Vega too, aka Carmen from Spy Kids. So that's cool. But yeah, man, I love for them to do another Machete film, but who knows if that's ever gonna happen. All right, also trending 10, we got Romeo Juliet, which not to be confused with the Leo DiCaprio and Claire Danes version. This one is, of course, a romantic tragedy of the same name, written by Julian Fellows from Downton Abbey fame. And this one does star Haley Steinfeld, Douglas Booth, Ed Westwick for all you Gossip Girl fans, and Paul Giamatti. And the first, the original, Obviously, I think one of the better Romeo and Juliet adaptations is actually the Leo DiCaprio one. I'm sorry, that one is much better than people give credit for. This one was not so good. I mean, it's a shame too because it had Haley Steinfeld coming off of her breakthrough performance in True Grit. So I was interested to see what else she could do after True Grit came out. This really wasn't it. It was just completely boring. Did not really. It's just some of the performances wasn't all that great. The script was great. I mean, it just wasn't that great for the adaptation. So yes, frankly, I say skip this one and just stick with the Leo DiCaprio version. All right. Now, also showing 10, we got the Amber Heard horror film All the Boys Love Mandy Lane. This is of course directed by Jonathan Levine, and this is actually a movie that let's say was shot all the way back in 2007 and did not get released until like I think 2007 or 2006. The film did not get released until like 2013. So yeah, and obviously this before the Amber Heard situation and everything like that. If you guys don't know much about Mandy Lane, the plot centers on a group of popular high schoolers who have invite an attractive outsider, Mandy Lane, to spend the weekend at a secluded ranch house where they are followed by a merciless killer. And this movie is pretty fun. It's really like the kills are really cool and it's a really entertaining one. So if you guys never seen it, definitely give that one a go. All right. Also showing 10 is a movie that not many people have probably seen called The Inevitable Defeat of Miss MP. Directed by notorious director George T. Jones, featuring the likes of Anthony Mackie, former Oscar winners Jennifer Hudson and Jordan Sparks, Jeffrey Wright. Now, if this is actually a coming of age story about two inner city youths who are left to fend for themselves over the summer after their mothers are taken away by the authorities. Skyland Brooks and Ethan Zahn stars as the Rose and Mr. Pete. This movie is terrific. It's not really a film that many people really talk about, but the performances is great. You have like Anthony Mackie playing pretty much a bit of a villain in this, so seeing him like as a gangster villain is intriguing. The two kids are terrific in this. Jennifer Hudson and Jordan Sparks are both amazing. I mean, Jordan Sparks should do more acting. Like, I've always liked seeing Jordan Sparks pop up and stuff. Jennifer Hudson is great. I mean, this is a really intriguing film that did not really get talked about as much when it got released, but definitely give this one a go. All right, now films turning 20 this week. We got a lot of ones here. We got Clint Eastwood's Mystic River, which is, of course, which is actually based on a very popular book here by Dennis Lehane, and features the likes of Sean Penn, Tim Robbins, Kevin Bacon, Lawrence Fishburne, Marsha Gay Harden, Laura Linney, a very young Emmy Rossum, years before Shameless fame. And here, when the daughter played by Emmy Rossum, of ex-con Jimmy Marcus, played by Sean Penn, is murdered. Two of his childhood friends from his neighborhood are involved. Dave, played by Tim Robbins, a blue-collar worker who the last person to see her alive, while Sean, played by Kevin Bacon, a homicide detective, is heading up the case. And of course, this actually did score lots of Oscar nominations at the time, including Best Picture. I probably think obviously it lost out to the Lord of the Rings film, but Miss River is a terrific film. Of course, the crazy twist turns around. Sean Penn, Kevin Bacon's great. Tim Robbins is terrific. I believe Tim Robbins won an Oscar for this. I could be wrong. I should double check that, but this is terrific. If you guys haven't seen it. All right. Also turning 20, we got Kill Bill Volume 1, the first part of Quentin Tarantino's Kill Bill franchise, featuring the likes of Lucy Liu, Uma Thurman, David Carradine, Daryl Hannah, Vivica A. Fox, and it stars Uma Thurman as a bride who swears revenge on the team of assassins and their leader, Bill. After they try to kill her, her journey takes her to Tokyo, where she battles the Yakuza. And Kill Bill is violent. It's fun. Of course, I also want Quentin Tarantino's best here. If you don't know, they also did split this up into two parts. The other came out a year after. The action's great. I mean, Quentin Tarantino knows how to do these type of violent stuff well, and Kill Bill is one of them. Uh, also, turning 20, we got the sci-fi family comedy Good Boy, directed by Josh Hoffman, based on the book Dogs from Outer Space, and features the voice talents of some of the actors. This includes Liam Aiken, along with Matthew Broderick, Donna Faison, the late great Brittany Murphy, the late great Carl Reiner, Vanessa Redgrave, Cheech Marin as the dog characters in the film. Here's what it's about: an intergalactic dog pilot from Sirius, the dog star, visits Earth to verify the rumors that dogs have failed to take over the planet. I'm sorry. This was not good at all. Even when I was young, I thought this was really plain stupid and everything. I mean, I liked the actors that R.I.P. Brittany Murphy and Carl Reiner, but yeah, this movie is wasn't all that funny to me. Just really felt like a sci-fi take on, let's say, Doctor Dolittle or maybe Cats and Dogs had a bit of those vibe, but yeah, it wasn't that good of a film. Speaking of another film that was not so good, we got Oboe's classic House of the Dead. Now, the film takes place in a fictional island infested by zombies, forcing survivors to fight their way off. House of the Dead was Oboe's first film to be released theatrically, in addition to his first video game adaptation. Oh boy, let me just say, Oboe, I don't really find there's not really many directors that I think are absolutely terrible. Like there are directors who I think have made more bad than good, but I never considered to be all that terrible. Oboe is one of them. I mean, Oboe's movies are, let's just say, the quintessential of bad films. I mean, let me tell you the type of stuff he's put out. All right. Besides this, but Oboe put out Rampage, not the Dwayne Johnson one. He also put out Far Cry. The only movie I actually quite liked more than most people is maybe his Blood Rain, but that's pretty much all. Uh, In the Name of the King was god awful. Assault on Wall Street. I mean, yeah, and House of the Dead is one of his worst ones he's ever done. It is completely terrible. Really felt like a whole dumb. Really felt like, let's say, Oboe's poor man's version of Night of the Living Dead. So yeah, I mean he really is not great when it comes to video game adaptations at all either, and this was definitely one of them. I mean, yeah. All right. And it was not like one time where when I kid you not, Opal actually challenged critics to a boxing match one time. Yeah, and you guys gotta see Opal's letterbox account. Like he'll literally make bad reviews out of the good stuff and good reviews out of his stuff. So yeah, he is really the quintessential troll right there. But anyway, all right. Also turning 20, we got Intolerable Cruelty, which is directed by the Coen brothers, featuring the likes of George Clooney, Catherine Zeta-Jones, Jeffrey Rush, Cedric the Entertainer, Paul Hiddleston, Richard Jenkins, Billy Bob Thornton, some good cast members. A revenge-seeking gold digger marries a womanizing Beverly Hill lawyer with the intentions of making a killing in the divorce. And I admit this is like not really the Coen Brothers' best work or anything like that. Maybe probably some of their weakest stuff they put out, but it's not so bad though. I mean, of course, the chemistry between Clooney and Zaya Jones, which obviously they've worked together on one of the Ocean's movies, so they definitely have some good chemistry there. Uh, the cast is really cool. I mean, it's just not really the best. Let's say the best Coen Brothers movies they put out, but it's a really decent film. We're checking out. All right. Also turning 20, we got Calendar Girls, which is a UK film featuring the likes of Linda Bassett, Geraldine James, uh, Helen Mirren, Julie Waters, and it's based on the true story of a group of middle-aged Yorkshire women who produce I kid you not, a new calendar to raise money for leukemia research um, under the auspices of Women's Institutes in April 1999 after the husband is one of the members dies from cancer. And this is a really intriguing film. Of course, the performances by Helen Mirren and Julie Waters is great. Seal Emery, Penelope Wilton. Got some really terrific actresses, obviously led by Oscar-winning actress Helen Mirren. So, really good flick if you guys haven't seen that. All right. Now, films turning dirty this week. We got the sci-fi classic Demolition Man. Now, Demolition Man stars the likes of Sylvester Stallone, Wesley Snipes, Sandra Bullock, and in it, Stallone plays John Spartan, a risk-taker police officer who has a reputation of causing destruction while carrying out his work. After a failed attempt to rescue hostages from evil Lord Simon Phoenix, played by Snipes, they are both sentenced to be chronically frozen in 1996. Phoenix is done for a parole hearing in 2032, but escapes. Society has also changed, and all crime seemingly has been eliminated. Unable to deal with a criminal as dangerous as Phoenix, the authorities awaken Spawn to help capture him again. The story makes allusions to many other works, including this movie pretty much is like pretty much makes allusions to many other works, including Brave New World, The Sleep Awakes, and stuff. And this is a really terrific sci-fi film. Of course, the chemistry between Stallone and Snipes is great. Has lots of prop placement. I mean, come on, you cannot really think of McDonald's without thinking of Demolition Man. Definitely felt like just it also even felt like this movie, I guess you say, predicted some of the future that was going on today now. So there's that. But it's a really intriguing film. The sci-fi element's great. Is directed by Marco Bermilla in his directorial debut. He did a good job with this. So if you guys ever seen Demolition Man, give that one a go. I mean, this even talks about a possible sequel, which that should be interesting. All right. Also turning 30, we got Gettysburg. Now, Gettysburg is a 1993 epic war film about the Battle of Gettysburg in the American Civil War. It features the likes of Tom Berenger as James Longstreet, Jeff Daniels as Joshua Chandler, Martin Sheen as Robert E. Lee, George Stephen Lang, aka Slang, as George Pickett, and Sam Elliott as John Buford. And Gettysburg is a terrific historical film. Of course, the performances by Stephen Lang's great. Martin Sheen as Robert E. Lee is terrific. Another Sheen I'm talking about today, by the way. And it's a really fascinating look of what the Civil War was and What I thought the costumes looked terrific. They also did like some sort of sequel called Gods General, which wasn't so good. But Gettysburg is a really dream one. So if you guys never seen Gettysburg, give that one a go. All right. Also turning dirty, we got Mr. Jones, starring Richard Gere, Delroy Lindo, Lena Olin, and Bancroft, Bruce Altman, directed by leaving Las Vegas director Mike Figgis. When a construction worker is hospitalized for manic desperate disorder, he is treated by a psychologist who finds herself falling with him. And this is a really cute little charming film. Richard Gere, of course, obviously at the time was doing stuff like Pretty Woman, and he really had the charm there. Lena Olin was great in this. It's not like a great film. It's not like Richard Gere's best work. Nothing, nowhere near as good as, let's say, Pretty Woman or Officer and Gentleman. Nothing like that. But it was not a bad little film there. So if you guys haven't seen it, give that one a go. But that's pretty much it there. Let me leave you guys. Which of these films stand out to you the most? To me, the one that sent the 10-year one will obviously be Captain Phillips. The 20-year one, either the Mr. Quiver is great. I'm gonna go Kill Bill Volume 1. And of course the 30-year one obviously is gonna go to Demolition Man. Drop comments below. Don't forget to like, subscribe, hit that bell for notification. This is Simon Sayo.